So Starbattle's just released the new HEXA glove, which requires you to own the Enlightened badge. And this is one of the coolest gloves in the game so far. So in order to get this glove, the first thing you'll need is going to be Obby. And you can get Obby by having 10 different people go into your Mega Rock. You want to go ahead and place a hexagon. Now the parts do have to be touching each other. They can be floating a little bit, but not too much, because otherwise it won't count. And the obby does not have to be mastered. But once you place the hexagon, which has 6 sides, you are going to find a white portal inside the middle. And you just gotta stand in this white portal until it teleports you. So once you get teleported, you'll have to do an obby of some sorts until you get to the end. When you get to the end, it'll teleport you to the next level. In the next level, you'll have to walk on invisible platforms to each platform. If you don't want to memorize, here's a cheat sheet created by Rudy Nancelox. Once you get to the end, the Aether will ask you to go back, and basically you just gotta repeat the process, but this time you're going backwards. Once you reach the end, you'll get teleported to a maze, and you can use your ink glove in order to spot the walls of the maze, and that way you can find your way. If you don't want to try the maze out yourself, you can go ahead and use this as a tutorial. Once you make it to the last area, you'll find a big room, and in this room you want to go to the right, and you're going to find like a blue glove of some sort, and then you want to find these little platforms, and if you need a reference, they'll be right next to the pond with like eyes, and you need to do an obby on them. This is a pretty difficult obby and requires some tight jumps, so if you aren't good at obbies, then good luck. In the next stage, you need to go ahead and click the gloves off the wall, and then you want to put one of the gloves on top of the statue so that the door opens. You can wall hop up to the exit, which is what I did here in the footage, but there's an alternative way displayed on the screen. For the next part, it's pretty easy. You just gotta resize the blocks until it's a comfortable jump for you to make. If you want, you can try and match the measurements of my blocks here, but it'll be quite hard to do. Once you get to the end, find the default glove on the right, and then go ahead and click it, and it'll teleport you to the area where you can get the hex glove. And now for the showcase of what this glove can do. So you'll see that we have a stamina bar down here, and I'll get to that in a second. But first, the E ability is kind of just like a bubble around you, and it'll explode after a little bit, and then it'll knock people back. It's probably the worst part about this glove because it does less knockback than your actual slap. So it's like no point of even using it. But the really cool part about this glove is you can walk on air. Yeah, you can literally just walk on air. And that's what the stamina is for. When I walk on air, my stamina drains, and I can only walk on air for a little bit. Once I'm back on ground, it'll regain. But yeah, this is just a really cool glove. I mean, you can just walk to Castle Island. You can also have like an air fight where you fight each other while you're on air, which is pretty fun. Oh, and by the way, this ability only works when you're standing and not when you're ragdolled. Otherwise, that would be too OP. If you get ragdolled in the way where you're like not really ragdolled in the sense where your limbs flop around and you're just kind of stuck on the floor, the hexa glove will save you from that, especially when fighting a goofy, because that means they basically cannot slap you off. Alright, so that is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.